puppet. You can't say what you want to say.
You don't want to think about what...
You're a puppet. That's enough said, you're a puppet. You're a puppet the same way you are for Savile. Puppet, mate. Yeah, if you actually in-depth spoke to my mum and sort of her, the way she is, I don't know, we're similar in some ways. I find you very funny, but we're so different in so many ways.
We are polar opposites.
That's so different.
Yeah, well, you know, the alpha male type thing. I'm very
I'd say my mum's a feminist.
Do you call yourself a feminist?
I don't call myself anything. I don't look to put myself
not
in a box.
Extreme feminist,
but I'm independent, and no one will be telling me what to do. As you know.
What do you think about, and then, so, because the big thing is the alleged misogyny, right? And the idea that women should really be cooking and cleaning, men go out and work.
I mean,
we had a joke about that yesterday.
Yeah. I was talking about a bunch of, you know, sort of middle-aged men that were sat outside a sort of cafe bar, you know, having a beer and on a whatever day it was yesterday, Saturday evening. It was quite late as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, look at all of those guys sat there. I bet their wives are at home. And went, yeah, cooking their dinner like they should be in the kitchen.
And then we laughed.
We laughed.
That's a joke. Well, yeah, it's a joke.
Go
on, expand on it.
No, it's a joke, but like my mum gets that joke. But if I actually was being, you know, if we were being serious, or if I said to my mum, oh, do that, like my mum, I don't boss my mum. My mum's like the general. She doesn't give orders.
Oh God, don't say that
take
bloody
orders.
word.
She gives them. She does not take orders.
Do you think but if you were looking for, but you've talked about wanting traditional gender roles and actually thinking that in general, men should order women around, right?
Okay. Men should order women around. I think that's a bit of an extreme. It's not like, I've made a joke, oh, yeah, my wife's never going to leave the kitchen. It's a joke. It's clip farming.
Men all over everywhere make jokes like that.
It's a joke. Do I want traditional values though? Yes.
And I think that if you're...
sorry to interrupt. You have said that you thought that you'd be better to marry a virgin?
Yeah, ideally. Why do I want a thing that's been run through?
That type of thing, the way women are stereotyped if they have multiple partners to the way that men are, being the only female in this villa at the moment, obviously with your crew, I find it extraordinary, but it's been like that since the beginning of time, and sadly...
We should push back on that though, shouldn't we?
Well, yes, but...
Well, he's shaking his...
No. No,
I don't think it will ever change.
In general, most women in the world are not like my mum. Independent, can think for themselves, smart. Most are thick. Most women. Sorry, in the handful that you've met, you can't say in the world. In the thousands that I've met, most are thick.
Well, that says more about the people that you're associating with.
No, so if the traditional values are lost and women are controlling things, etc., more things in the world are going to go wrong. That's my opinion on it. I'm not saying all men are smart, but I'm saying most women are nothing like you. Nothing even like you.
You're not talking to women of my age. You're talking to...
Well, 30.
You're talking to, 20-odd-year-old girls, and you're all in that sort of particular bubble.
And a lot of them are Instagram wannabes or OnlyFans wannabes. You're talking a very self-selected group of young women who crave internet stardom. Not to say it's
how do you know what girls I'm talking to?
Well, most women aren't stupid. That's just silly to say that.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe most of the ones that you've spoken to, you might consider to be, but you can't generalise across the globe.
I don't even think you think that. I think you're clip farming, whatever the term is.
I think that if you allow women...
He doesn't think that, does he?
If you allow women to sleep around, why would any man who's worked hard for where he is in his life want a woman that's just been ran through? Why? Why would I select that? Why would I not rather a girl that when I walk into a bar, she's not slept with anyone in that bar? Why do I want to walk in? Why do I want to walk with my girl into a bar and she's fucking done this with this guy, done that with that guy? That is wet behaviour.
I agree with that.
Men, simp, poor, unaccomplished, low-value men go for. Simple. Because anyone who's got choices is not going to choose that. They're going to choose the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. That's what they're going to choose. Simple as that. And if you accept less, you just accept it. That's you, innit? You do what you want to do. I'll do what I want to do. Simple.
But in the same respect, what about a girl walking into a bar with a guy who's been through loads of girls? She doesn't want to walk.
A guy that gets a lot of girls shows that the guy is accomplished. Like a lot of
that type of stuff. I don't necessarily.
No, not hoes. Anyone can go Zanti and get busy. But I'm saying actual nice women. Yeah, if you get actual nice women, yeah, and you do it on a consistent basis, that makes other girls want you more. If girls are getting ran through, that makes like guys that think correctly, guys that think the way that I do, think, yeah, I'll have a night, I'll have 2 nights, but I'm not gonna marry. No way. Simple.
That is, unfortunately, and it's not just his age group, that's our age group. Men think like that as well.
Less and less. That's the trouble, is that's the attitude that's being repurposed and recultivated, right?
I just think
recirculated, and it feels very retrograde. Like that was, maybe people thought like that in the 19th century or the early 20th century.
I think people have always thought like that.
The clock.
The world was better back then.
Women were judged differently than men, or the idea that a woman the idea that you should aspire to marry a virgin, because I don't know, that just seems so weird on several levels.
I think apart from racism,
so like the royal family used to do that. You know, like that was Princess Diana. You know, like that's so strange.
Yeah.
And you get so many problems because actually, first of all, you're finding someone who's had no life experience. Your life experiences won't match up.
I think apart from racism, the world was better back then than it is now. I think if you came into the UK illegally and stabbed someone, like a lot of people are nowadays, a couple hundred years ago, you would have been hung and quartered, was it called? Which is the way it should be. Death penalty for serious crimes like that. No, you think it's funny? You think it's funny? Well, you wouldn't think it's funny if someone come over and stabbed your wife. You'd have the same vision as me. You'd have the same anger towards the situation as me. Apart from racism, the world was better back then than now. It's too lenient now. It's too woke now. It's too politically correct now. It's too pushing bullshit. All this LGBT stuff that gets pushed. Yeah, it's like they want the whole world to be batty men. But be a batty man if you want to be a batty man. But don't push it. Don't teach my kids in school Adam and Steve. It's Adam and Eve. All the traditional things are being changed. All the traditional values are being changed. And apart from racism and slavery, which I think is bad, yeah, because if that was still around, I wouldn't even be here, bro. I'd be a slave somewhere. Then the world was better back then. There was more law and order. There's way less law and order now. There's not a thick line. There's just a grey area. And there's everyone who's too scared to say what they should be saying. Anyone who thinks different, that's why I don't even get on with a lot of people in the modern day, because everyone's fucking weak. They're all pussies. They're all like they just disgust me.
But you're thinking
disgusts
more
me, bruv.
About that against the sort of like UK, aren't you?
I'm thinking about it across the whole world.
Not in Dubai.
Dubai's proper, exactly. Dubai's proper. That's why I choose to reside there. It's proper, mate. People don't do madness over there, really.
Well, no, I'm thinking about getting married and stuff like that. They don't have what you termed life experience.
More respectable.
And they go on and have, lifelong marriages.
And you're probably sat there thinking, how can you say that when you go around disrespecting people and whatever? I said this to you and I say it on the internet all the time. I'm doing this for dough. If I had dough already, I wouldn't be saying half the things I say. And the real me, which is what my friends, family and women offline see, is a lot different than the camera me, which is to generate clicks and make money. I'd rather live in a society that's proper than the shit mess that I see every day. But I'm there for clips. So that's simple as that. Do you disagree?
Me?
No, you.
With which part? Yeah, I do.
That the world was better back then. If you commit a serious crime, you get killed. Done.
Totally disagree. Hard no on
I think if it's
really? So the grooming gang should just be running around, should they?
That's not. I just.
They should be. How would you think if your daughter got groomed? How would you think towards that person?
I just said I didn't think people should be killed.
Why not? Because it would stop that person doing it. He'd think twice. Right now, I might do 2-3 years, I come out, whatever. No, you'll get your hands chopped. You get your neck chopped publicly.
Well,
I might not do that. I might not do that now.
For someone who's talked about the Matrix, that shows a surprising level of credulity about the correct operation of the system of justice, because that's the one thing, is like, you can get banged up for something and serious crimes should get serious sentences, but mistakes get made. You can't reverse a sentence if someone's been executed, if they've been sent to a gas chamber, if they prove
Not a gas chamber.
Oh, please be sensitive.
Yeah.
That was very not. You're right, Sam.
If they get
you okay, mate?
Can we take a minute?
That's disgusting to say that with a Jew in the room. That is disgusting.
That's how they do it in America. Like in some states, or lethal injection. The whole point of the system of justice is that you should be careful about miscarriages, and that people should be able to overturn sentences if it's proof that they didn't do it. Also, it just brutalizes society. But anyway, this isn't about me.
That's a good response back though, because I feel like you can get it wrong, and obviously with a crime like
you'd have to absolutely 100%
you have to have
Anyway, we'll talk about this off camera, but because it's
like, for example, video evidence.
Yeah,
if you have video evidence of something
going
on.
Well known that rich people could hire better lawyers, therefore...
Yeah, but video evidence. I'm saying death penalty for video evidence. You got video evidence of this guy grooming this girl. You got video evidence of this guy stabbing this guy in the neck. That's 100% can't be doctored. That is the video. That is the CCTV footage. Not for, he done this, there's no proof, okay, whatever. Not for them, but...
What if it turns out that the guy that he stabbed in the neck had groomed and abused him for 10 years while he was a child?
Good point.
You're cooking, mate. You're cooking. That's a good one, mate.
But then, hopefully...
That's a very good one.
Hopefully before...
Come on, Theroux. That's a good point. No response to that. Like, it's down to the judge, really. I think that if that was, it's hard. I mean...
Or it's a woman who stabs and kills her husband and he's been beating her up and sexually assaulting her. I mean, there's lots of scenarios where you can imagine... Anyway, you're getting into the weeds a bit. What do you think?
It's a good point, Theroux. Very good point.
He's impressed, isn't he?
No, I am. It's good.
Should we get labs on?
Labs, yeah, but
Can we sit down?
Are you going to get a hair transplant?
No. I'm probably just going to stay bald.
The hairline's not that bad.
It's not great.
But look at Jack Nicholson.
Who's he?
This guy.
See? He doesn't
I don't watch the TV.
Bowie is.
Like, I don't watch anything like that.
So who are the big stars in your world? Mr. Beast?
No, who's a big star like?
Of the older generation. You know who Mike Tyson is?
Yeah, of course.
And you know who Ian Botham is?
No.
He's our generation.
Doesn't he make us old? It's sad old, isn't he?
Do you know who Margaret Thatcher is?
Yeah. Henry VIII.
Winston Churchill.
He's going back.
Go on, do a couple more.
Winston Churchill.
There's
He's
good brand
he's a good
recognition
guy.
for Henry VIII. Good on him, strong brand. After all these years. Who else? William the Conqueror?
I've heard of him, yeah. I've heard of him. But all of this stuff.
You'd have done that
do you know what I mean? Yeah, I would have studied him, but it's good to...
Wow.
It's good.
Marilyn Monroe.
I've heard of her, no idea what she does. No idea what she did.
Yeah, I was going to say she's been dead quite a while.
Isn't it? But these are icons. James Dean?
No. All of these guys, I think it's worth studying if you can apply what they did to rule well in the modern day, but I ain't got time for that.
But then we don't know, or I don't know. I mean, he said to me when we were in the car the other day, "Oh, Mum, do you like this tune?" And I thought, yeah, it sounds like... No idea what they're saying in it. And probably if I listened to it properly, it would be words or phrases that I wasn't overly, liking.
Well, I couldn't tell. Were you serious just now? Talking about you'd like the clock to go back 100 years or whatever. Like you'd really think
I just think
shit now.
I just think society was better back then. Obviously, I'm profiting off of the modern day, social media, etc.
What about women having the vote?
Of course.
Yeah, I don't. Why would women not be able to vote? I don't think that. I'm not a heavy misogynist like that.
No, it's just because you said.
Yeah, of course women can vote.
Yeah.
Of course women can vote. Of course, yeah. I don't think women shouldn't be able to vote. I don't think women are down here. I think women and men are equal. I just think they're good at different things. And I think that they should act differently. I don't think it's elegant for a woman to have been ran through. I just don't think that. That's my personal choice. If you want to marry a girl, if you want to marry fucking Bonnie or Lily, go and marry them happily. I'm not gonna.
You're talking about 2 OnlyFans.
I'm just saying, that's the extreme.
We've done big gangbangs.
I am saying that.
No, but then you've gone through, you know, going through women having the vote, women being equal to men, women being able to make the decisions that they want. Both Bonnie and Lily, they're doing just that, and now society is trying to tell them, well, you can do what you want as long as you're in this box and don't do it too much, because people have decided, okay, not my choice to do some of the things that they've done, but who are they hurting? Are they dragging anyone in? Is it just because society says you can't sleep with that many men? Women chain themselves to get the vote and have independence and be equal and make their own views about what they want to do, and that's exactly what those two ladies have done. And now I saw the Stacey Dooley interview, Sleeps Over with Lily, and obviously I've seen the things on Bonnie. Okay, not my choice. She's not hurting me. Like, she's not hurting anybody. Do what she wants. The worst person is that she may be hurting herself. But why does everybody seem to think that they're disgusting? I've read that, you know, getting them chucked out of countries. We don't want someone like that in here. Mate, let them live their life. They're not dragging people off the street. These men are willingly signing documents and saying yes. What is it? You can have independence and you can do what you want and you can think for yourself as a woman, as long as you do what a group of people in society have deemed as appropriate, and no more than that. Because if you do, then we'll have to pull you back and we'll have to take away some of that independence that women are supposed to be able to have. You can't go both ways. It's not my choice of what they do. I wouldn't, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't want it. But then I've got different views on, you know, what you may or may not do, and social media is completely different. I just think it's a bit of a, you know, either let people think for themselves and do what they want, or don't. Don't give them, you can do it, but you can't do any more than this. Who are you or I to say what someone who we don't even know can or can't do? But really, who made us in charge?
What do I think? I personally think they're both.
Don't say anything mean.
I think it's disgusting. Yeah. Do I think they can do it if they want? Yeah. I said on the interview with Bonnie, I'd respect her to a certain extent if she just said, I don't give a fuck about the young men who I'm actually seriously ruining, because all this gangbanging shit has actually got a very, very bad effect on society, like awful effect. But if she's saying, I don't give a fuck, I'm making my money, I don't care, do your thing in it, I don't care. But it's just the fact that she tried to say, oh, my parents are happy, I'm doing it because I want to. Like, no girl wants to do that. It's disgusting.
Right, okay, how do you know, A, what a girl thinks, so you can say no girl wants to do that? You talk for yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying that
I talk for myself.
If they want to do that, then that's the sort of behaviour that like belongs in. Like that's like psych ward behaviour. If you want to sleep with 1,000 guys in a day, that's like psych ward behaviour. It's that extreme, you know.
I know, but you should.
But if you want to do it,
Yeah.
do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
And that's just it. If they want to do it, do it.
He's saying it's ruining the young men. You said that, right?
Yeah. What she doesn't. Everyone's of age, aren't they? As far as I'm aware, no, she doesn't.
Yeah, if she just said, look, I don't give a fuck about the negative, like I just said earlier, I don't give a fuck. If she said, I don't give a fuck about what I put out, watch it if you don't, fuck off, I'm making money, I don't care, cool. I'm not gonna go, oh, you need to stop this right now. Do your thing. But it's just when I was interviewing her, she was just saying her parents respect her loads, they love her choice, she loves doing it, when I could just tell she's just chatting out her ass. But that's the thing, I'm not someone who sits telling other people, oh, you can't do this. I've got my own life. The only people that have met, like, so that's why I kind of hear what you're saying. Where it's like, if you're messaging, oh, you can't do this, Lily, you can't do this, Bonnie. Bro, shut up, go live your own life, go and make money yourself.
Yeah.
Guaranteed you're broke commenting like that. Never catch me doing that.
All the programmes.
Never catch anyone well doing that.
It's such a mixed message. It's so confused.
Why is it confused?
Well, what
you mean
HS is
him?
saying. Yeah.
How?
I don't think it's for this documentary. We'll do a different documentary about that maybe.
Do I think that what she's doing is positive on society, on women? No, it's making women be slags. It's literally making women normalising that. But if I don't watch someone online and think, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be like that, I'm gonna do that. I'm my own person. That's why I don't watch anyone. I don't watch shit.
Do you think
I'm my own person? So if you're influenced by someone, then that's you, innit? I'm not influenced by anybody. I've been slightly influenced by my mum, but you can see how different I am to her. I'm my own person.
Do you think, for you, the only metric is really making money? Like, it doesn't...
Making money, being healthy, being happy, supporting my family.
If something's disgusting, it's okay to do it if it makes you money?
Disgusting to who?
What you just said, like, you don't mind OnlyFans models doing basically anything, you respect it if it makes the money.
I'm not going to tell someone else, you can't do this to make dough. Who am I to say that?
It's not his place to say.
But you can have an opinion.
I can have an opinion. Do I rate it? Not really, but I don't give a fuck. I give less than 1% of a toss about what Lily and Bonnie are doing. I don't care. Why would I care?
Would you do something disgusting if it made money?
Disgusting to, what do you mean?
To you, like something that you found disgusting.
Like what?
Nah. But there's like, it depends. I know what sort of route you're going down.
Because one of the things you've said is like, you do this now, and this is like a persona, or you exaggerate, or you clickbait, you do things that you wouldn't even necessarily agree with because it gives you views and clout and therefore money, right?
Say that again?
You do things that you don't agree with. You play this persona on screen because it makes you money.
I said I act a certain way and benefit off of the social media world, but if social media wasn't a thing, I would be a different person. Like when I'm not on the camera, I'm not out getting drunk in the beach club, sticking it on every girl I see. No, I'm chilling with my friends, talking, having good conversations.
You're more outrageous, more provocative.
A lot more.
You say things that are construed as anti-Semitic, racist, misogynistic, homophobic.
Yes.
Because it makes you money.
Yes.
He amplifies it. It's a caricature on social media.
So do I have morals?
Real, but you're close to saying like I don't really have any morals. Close
to saying that is what you're saying. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, I don't agree with that. I do have morals. I have a thick line of where I will and where I won't go. Will I make dark jokes? Yeah. To be honest, I make dark jokes off camera with my friends, but really fuck jokes. Sometimes probably more fuck than I would on camera.
And you've said, on streams you've said you'll teach people how to do OnlyFans management.
What?
In the Telegram group, you said I can show you how to do crypto, invest in FX, OFM.
I've never taught anyone how to do OFM.
You did say that on a Telegram video.
No, I've never taught anyone that. Literally not even one person in my life.
Because you wouldn't do that.
It's just not my niche. If it was my niche, I would. But that's what I'm saying, I would. It's not my niche. It's not what I'm involved with. Do I think that's crazy? No. Would I do it? Yeah. Definitely. If it made me money, I would do it. I don't get what your point is.
I was just thinking about, maybe we'll leave this one for now. I was just thinking about what your lines are, because it's a bit close to what we talked about last time. It's that sense of, if you're, in a sense, you're a victim of the algorithm, right? You're a victim of sort of consumer demand.
Mate, if I wasn't doing...
Your personality and your streams have been distorted by a sense of, what am I being pulled towards? Like, if I say this, I get more views. There's this sort of sense of it being in control.
If the game is there to be played, I'll play the game and I'll win. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. If I wasn't doing social media, I'd be up the city playing that game and I'd be winning that game as well. And I was well versed to do that because my mum had me a good education, I had good results, I was smart. I'd be doing another field, playing that game and doing well at that. Simple. That's all it is. It's not that deep where you're saying about morals, this and that. I'm playing the game of life and I'm playing it very well.
Do you think, what I'm trying to get a sense of, like, do you believe in doing the right thing for its own sake? Like, obviously you've got a couple of criminal cases, right?
Oh, look, this is the twat shit that you start saying, bro. Honestly, this is the stuff that pisses me off.
He's not going to talk about any
Why do you need to go
any
there?
issues or not, because if there was,
it's been reported, you don't have to say.
Such a little twat, mate. Go on.
Seriously, I mean, if there was, you'd be compromising that, so you can't speak about that.
Yeah, I don't expect you to necessarily.
Well, then don't mention it. Don't mention it.
Just chill.
It's widely reported. And
I don't give a shit what's reported. Don't talk about it, because if there is something, then he wouldn't be able to speak about it anyway. So you know that. So you've done it just to get a reaction. So please don't, or else it will end.
See, this is the chess. This is the game of chess you're playing.
It will end.
This is exactly what I was saying to you earlier.
All up for a bit of fun and game.
Exactly what you did in the gym as well. And that's exactly why when I probably said it, you think, oh, what's that? Let me go back and remember it. Right. Now let me spring it on him.
Yeah.
What do you want out of this situation, bro? Do you want to come and see how I was raised? Or do you want to just come in and bring up things that you know I'm not going to speak about? Now you want to pause for dramatic effect. You want it to drag on. Just say something. Like, I know what you're doing, bro. Like,
no, you were supposed to be. I was told
like.
by talking to who are the two guys that I've been talking to the other day. Are you Ollie? No.
Ollie.
Oh, hi. Yeah. So it was supposed to be, you know, to come along, speak to me about, you know, Harrison's upbringing, his schooling, his karates, this, that, and the other. You ain't said anything about it. You've walked in the door and you've been talking about everything else. So. What is it that you wanted to talk about?
I think we've been having a good conversation.
No, I think you came in and you were doing what, you know, you were trying to do the big doughy eyes, and then you stumble across, well, let's talk about that, because a couple of times you said, we'll leave that.
See,
for
this
now.
is why earlier I wanted to just go and get my breakfast, and
Okay,
these come
we
there.
can forget about breakfast
But
at
because
4
look,
o'clock in
because
the afternoon.
I knew it. Like, I just knew. I told you. You don't need to be so nice. Louis is a very, very.
Go on.
You're a manipulator, and it's good. I like it. I like the challenge.
That's Louis' job, and I appreciate
I love
that.
it, bro. It excites me, but it's just I've done it twice now, and I've missed my eggs for this, and I knew you was going to say this. But anyway,
Seriously, this is a big deal. His eggs. You once came back from Thailand because the eggs, he couldn't get decent scrambled eggs. You came back to Dubai.
Yeah, it's long. Can't eat food properly.
This character over here is the one I'm worried about. So sinister.
Yeah.
He stands there like that all day long.
Talk about clip farm.
We've all got the cameras out, Shad.
Right, what are we doing? Are we standing in the
what was the
hall
need?
for-
What was the need for
One.
that?
I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like I touched a nerve.
No, but just what was what?
Come on, let's move on. Okay,
Can we get mics on them?
let's get mics on, please.
Just what was the need?
No, I actually had something I was getting to, but that's fine.
I know you had something you were getting to.
It's about morality. It's about what you know. It's you know. This is like where is it, at what point is it acceptable to do what, you know, based on making money? Like, where are the lines?
Oh,
There are lines. There,
Where are
of
the
course,
lines?
of course there are lines. Like I said before, I'm not gonna commit a war crime for money. I'm not gonna traffic children for money. I'm not gonna shoot someone for money.
Yeah.
You know. Of course, there's a line. Like, you're making out, oh, what? But, oh, there's a few girls that are around you that do porn. That, oh, there's a few. Oh, you're doing this, or you're doing that, or you're saying this about this. But I'm not killing people. Of course, there's a line.
And if you don't
there's a
agree,
line.
if you don't agree with what Harrison's doing, then why are you making money off of it on a programme by publicising it? Like, why are you doing that? Because you don't want Harrison because you talk to him because he goes to a 9 to 5, and, you know, everyone's walking around, you know, with little love hearts coming out of their things. All, you know, you're doing it because you think he's a controversial character, so you're making money off the back of it, and that's why. And that's all your programs are, exposing things, and whether or not
Even with your
what
mate
you
Jimmy
choose
Savile.
to cut, what you
Even with your good mate Jimmy Savile, mate.
why?
Just saying, mate. You made money off him.
If you look back even at the second, you know, the interviews, it's a bit like looking at Peter Andre now in the reality programs with Katie Price, when you can see how he behaved towards her. And you were with Savile for a long time, and you said you liked him and you thought that you were friends.
I didn't say exactly that.
I'd say you were almost acting oblivious in that interview, whereas in this interview,
you were blindsided.
You like to ask me the difficult questions, but in that interview, when you're actually next to a child predator, the brain wasn't clocking the way it's clocking now. Have you got smarter in the last few years?
You should watch that program.
Or were you playing a game?
Right? You should watch that.
I saw it, and I saw when you tried to. I saw the program when you went back and sort of pondered over maybe some of the things that you'd missed, and in your, in your journalistic experience, and I think you said that maybe you were blindsided a little bit because you considered him to be a friend. I mean, honestly, I thought he looked like he was in it, and there was lots of stuff going around about him at that time as well. But he had such a lot of fame, and he had such a lot of connections, and that is sometimes where you're not looking at the real thing. You're looking at everyone saying, "Oh, Jimmy Savile raises all this money for charity, and he's brilliant." And kings and queens are shaking his hand, and while he's running around in a shell suit, doing disgusting things to young children. And some of the stuff that he did that I saw you with him in, when he was going into somewhere and he sort of manhandled some woman and he was going, "Oh, this is what I can do." Why didn't you think, you absolute creep?
Yeah. Fair point. Harrison said he went to Epstein's Island, to be fair.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Who went to Epstein's Island?
So I said I did. It was a joke.
Was it a joke, though?
Nice deflection. Oh, you actually got him in the mud, the camera team, everyone there. That was funny. But look, we can all have a push and a shove, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it than that.
He was portrayed by social media, the newspapers and everyone who spoke about him, as a god walking around in a shell suit.
But do you know what? I get Jimmy Savile energy of Andrew Tate a bit, and I get Jimmy Savile energy from some of the Manosphere figures. Jimmy Savile used to refer to women as brain damage. He says, "I don't want them around." You basically would have inappropriate predatory relations with women and children. But there was the similar kind of predatory attitude in which he viewed himself as entitled, and had a kind of alpha dominance in which he had an ability to read the room and influence people, almost like a hypnotist. So I think the point is well taken, but I think the mistake is to ascribe...
You're getting Jimmy Savile vibes from Andrew Tate.
Don't say that, because I don't want to light the fucking internet.
That is ridiculous.
Well, in the sense of there's a sort of sense of an ability, because it's been obviously it's not proven in a court of law at the moment, but Tate's been accused of trafficking women, and some of them underage. I think they're saying that it was a 15-year-old or even a 14-year-old that he was...
Who's they?
I think
who's they are saying?
This is a criminal case. It's people.
Right.
People that were paid to say something against him.
Yeah.
Let's be real here.
So not to be weird, but I think the mistake is to identify Savile as like a solo predator whose practices have ended now. Like those techniques, the same attitude, the same approach is being replicated, obviously Jeffrey Epstein famously, but among other people, and how common it is now to see people in that space, and especially the misogynist sort of manfluencer space, to see a similar attitude of entitlement.
I don't think you can put...
so hard
I don't think you can...
You've not even responded to this point. You're deflecting super hard.
But I don't think you can put... No, honestly, can I say, don't think you can put Jimmy Savile in with anyone that you've just spoken about, because...
Jeffrey Epstein?
Well, these were young... He did it over a decade. I know Jeffrey Epstein, obviously, the bits with that, but Jimmy Savile was notarized because of raising money for, was it a hospital that he built, and then he had a room in there where he could stay and abuse people because people were so in awe, and no one could, even though lots of people knew, no one could speak out because the important people didn't want to listen to it, because Jimmy Savile could walk around in a hospital with his fat cigar and his shell suit and do what he wanted.
Absolutely. Not only that, but because he had influence on Fleet Street. I mean, I could give you a seminar on how he got...
Why didn't you grill him?
Because at the time...
In the same way that you're grilling me now, why didn't you grill him? Because you're ultra smart.
Dude, you haven't watched the programme. You need to watch it. I went as far as I possibly could go. Like, absolutely. You
didn't go this far. You've gone further with me today.
Not at all. No.
No, I don't think you were.
No.
You've gone further with me in an hour, dude, than you did in a whole documentary
Not true.
with Savile, dude.
You haven't seen it, dude.
A couple of documentaries.
Listen, we talk about serious stuff. Like this is heavy, serious stuff. Like I made a whole program revealing as much as I possibly could. I didn't know. So and then,
As much as you could, or as much as you knew?
as much as in hindsight it was potentially possible to.
As much as Daddy Savile let you reveal.
There was no. We should have over dinner. If there's time, I'll give you the whole chapter and verse on the steps and my theories, which I think more like factually why I think he was able to get away with what he got away with, like influence, whether it was at a political level, influence amongst the royal family, especially Fleet Street, the NHS, the BBC. He had institutional buy-in at various levels of power, and there was also a sense in which he had an instinct for finding vulnerable people, people who were unlikely to be believed, and people who were, I mean, it's not that different from the grooming gangs as well. Runaways, people, not all of them, but many of them from vulnerable homes, backgrounds in which they weren't going to be taken seriously, where they were already in care, a lot of them, who the police are like, oh, she knows what she's into. She's doing it off her own choice. It's not for us to figure out whether she's a victim. So they stigmatize the victims and let the perpetrators off the hook. Straight out of the same playbook. And which Jimmy Savile took to the moon, like in terms of the scale of offending, but which has been around obviously for hundreds of years and is around today.
Did you get ultra weird vibes when interviewing him?
Yes. Well, I always question people when they say that because it's easy in hindsight. We're like, oh, I always knew. Like, well, if you always knew, why didn't you say something? It was well known that there were rumours about him, but what I didn't know was that. How true they were, because I could name 10 people who right now, celebrities, the internet is saying they're a paedophile. I could name 10
but
over
decades.
Yeah, over decades. Correct. Over decades, yes.
Who?
People who are considered national treasures, who people say like, actually, it's all going to come out when they die. But is it true?
But it should come out when they're alive.
Can I ask you a question?
But my question is it true?
Can I ask you a question?
We don't know, do we?
Are Israel committing genocide? You're a puppet. You can't say what you want to say.
You don't want to think about what...
You're a puppet. That's enough said. You're a puppet.
My opinion...
You're a puppet the same way you are for Savile. Puppet, mate.
Hopefully you live streaming.
No, we're filming for a YouTube video.
I think you're live streaming.
The thing is with me, I don't have to edit. I don't do this bullshit editing that you guys do, where this wouldn't be in the show. Because I'm real. I'm raw, I'm not a puppet, I'm not controlled. No one's my daddy. Savile's your daddy, the Jew's your daddy, you know it. I don't give a fuck. Enough said.
When are we going to talk about karate?
I told you it'd be like this, bro. I literally told you, bro. So I want to go get my eggs, mate.